Hello everyone, Joel here. Let's be real, there is nothing quite like the rush of a combat system that just clicks. When the frame data is buttery smooth and you suddenly enter a flow state, you feel like an untouched gaming god. Today, we're diving into 15 single-player masterpieces with absolute flawless action combat. Let's jump right in. Let's kick things off with a kinetic masterpiece that still has us refusing our schizophrenia pills while waiting for a sequel EA won't make, Titanfall 2. This is a pure movement perfection, your wall running at Mach 10 and sliding across geometry like the floor is covered in butter. But the real magic happens when you drop your Titan, seamlessly transitioning from a hyper-agile ninja into a mechanized god of destruction. Yes, the official servers suffered through DDoS trauma over the years, but thanks to community mod revivals, this loop between pilot agility and Titan brawling remains eternal.
That pilot is not going to be pleased.
Speaking of combat that heals your soul, we have Nioh 3. When Team Ninja blessed us with this beast in early 2026, the depth was terrifying. Mastering the key pulse recovery while dancing between stances makes you feel like an anime protagonist on hyperdrive. Plus, with the new open field traversal and callback armor sets, build variety is insane. Sure, you will still get randomly two-shotted by a basic peasant demon because you got greedy, but when the rhythm clicks, no other Masocore RPGs makes you feel this criminally overpowered. Now, if you prefer less spreadsheet math and more raw rage, God of War Ragnarok is the ultimate playground. The tactile satisfaction of hurling the Leviathan axe and recalling it with that heavy bass boosted thunk never gets old. It's literally ASMR for Norse mythology nerds. Juggling enemies between Kratos' heavy arsenal and Atreus' arrow spam creates a mesmerizing ballet of destruction. And ever since Santa Monica dropped that free Valhalla roguelite DLC, the endgame loop achieved perfection. It gets slightly overwhelming when 6 warning arrows flash on screen at once, but smashing Thor makes up for it.
Stop holding back!
Let's do this! Need to spin?
From God-tier axe throwing, let's swing into superhero peak with Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Insomniac basically gave Peter Parker anger issues and black goo, and it is glorious. The symbiote surge abilities and new parry mechanics add a chunky, aggressive layer to your crowd control. Bouncing between Miles' Venom Lightning and Peter's Tendril Slams keeps every fight cinematic. You're literally playing volleyball with Kraven's Hunters. With the PC port and new Game Plus updates out now, pulling off a 100-hit combo feels smoother than ever. The streamlined gadget wheel annoyed some tech spammers, but the web striking speed is flawless.
You're wishing that cloaking tech hadn't failed right about now.
We got this! We got this!
And if we're talking satisfying parries, how could we skip Resident Evil 4 Remake? Capcom somehow modernized survival horror into a mechanical masterpiece. The real star here isn't the shotgun, it's Leon's indestructible combat knife. Casually pairing a flying pitchfork or a roaring chainsaw with a tiny blade is the most testosterone-pumping thing in gaming history. Then you follow up with a spinning roundhouse kick that sends infected villagers flying. With the Separate Ways DLC and Mercenaries fully fleshed out, the sandbox is endless. Inventory management in the attaché case is half the battle, but that's just a fun puzzle.
One down.
Before we continue the video, I want to inform you that right now, there are tons of crazy deals in instant gaming, especially if you love RPG games. Remember how expensive modern gaming lately? Well, not anymore, since you can get so many amazing titles with crazy discounts in instant gaming. Can you believe that just with $10 or even less than $5, you can enjoy one of the best gaming experiences in your life? Just look at these titles. It used to cost like $30 or even more than $40. And to make things even crazier, some games even drop so far to just $1. If you're a smart guy, you know what you have to do. All you have to do is just click my link in the description below, start searching for your favorite games, and use the activation code on your chosen platform. By using my link, you're not only saving tons of money, but also helping me to support this channel. Alright then, let's get back into the list. Transitioning from biological horrors to mechanical beasts, Armored Core 6 proves From Software doesn't need medieval swords to create combat perfection. This game is an adrenaline injection. The multi-directional boosting and the chaos of firing 4 weapon systems simultaneously is intoxicating. You haven't lived until you've dodged 300 homing missiles by millimeters, staggered an enemy mech with dual Zimmermans, and drove a laser blade into their cockpit. That initial difficulty spike against Balteus made a lot of casuals cry, but once you treat your garage loadout like high-speed chess, the flow is unmatched.
And it ends here.
If you want high-speed tech without the mech cockpit, let's talk about a game fueled entirely by heavy metal and memes. Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. The blade mode mechanic, where time slows down so you can slice a cyborg ninja into 500 geometric pieces, is still unmatched, and you don't just block. You aggressively shove your analog stick into the attack while the soundtrack screams rules of nature. The camera definitely gets drunk when you're cornered by 3 geckos, but when you're suplexing Metal Gears and debating politics with Senator Armstrong over nanomachines, who cares? Speaking of enemies holding grudges, let's wander into Mordor with Middle-earth Shadow of War. While the core swordplay builds on that ultra-smooth free-flow rhythm, what elevates this to perfection is the legendary Nemesis system. And yes, Warner Brothers locking it in a patent vault is still a crime. You're pairing spears in a chaotic siege when an orc captain you set on fire 3 hours ago ambushes you with a rhyming rap monologue just to humiliate you. Late-game fortress grinding used to be a slog, but after patches removed the microtransactions years ago, this personalized combat shines bright. From tactical orc slaying, let's crank the speed dial until it breaks with Ninja Gaiden 4. When Team Ninja and Platinum Games dropped this co-op dream project in late 2025, action fans lost their minds. Ryu Hayabusa did not come back to hold your hand. This game is blisteringly fast. Button mashing will get you turned into sashimi in 3 seconds flat, but combining the iconic Izuna drop with Platinum's fluid aerial combos creates an intoxicating rhythm. Your fingers will physically ache after boss fights, and the camera sometimes struggles to keep up, but this is an absolute hack and slash royalty. If you prefer your blade work poetic and cinematic, let's talk about the mesmerizing duology of Ghost of Tsushima and Ghost of Yotei. Whether slicing Mongols as Jin Sakai or exploring the northern frontier as Atsu, this is playable Akira Kurosawa cinema, swapping from stone stance to break a guard, then flipping to moon stance to spin kick a brute feels effortlessly smooth, and those dramatic standoffs where you wait for the exact millisecond to draw your katana is pure goosebumps. Plus, with Yotei Legends dropping its free co-op update in early 2026, synchronized samurai multiplayer is reaching its peak. What if instead of disciplined samurai, you want to take a sword the size of a Honda Civic and slam it into a lightning-breathing dragon? Enter Monster Hunter Wilds. Capcom outdid themselves with this 2025 release, injecting their weighty combat with the brilliant focus mode and wound systems. Ripping open a monster's scars for massive damage adds an incredible tactical layer. Whether you're a hypermobile dual-blade sweep or a greatsword Chad missing charge slashes by 1mm, all 14 weapons feel amazing. Weapon swapping on your sacred mount fixed old inventory fears, making this hunting loop undisputed peak. We can't talk about absolute combat perfection without bowing to the stylish King Devil May Cry 5. This game demands that you humiliate demons while looking as cool as humanly possible. You've got Nero revving his sword like a motorcycle, V conducting demons like an orchestra, and Dante switching styles mid-combo while breakdancing with a meteor-shooting cowboy hat. And the moment you pull out Virgil's Yamato and hear Bury the Light while spamming Judgment Cut, you achieve 100% motivation. The level design is mostly fleshy purple corridors, but when you hit Smokin' Sexy style, who is looking at scenery? From freestyle expression, let's pivot to the ultimate rhythm game disguised as ninja action, Sekiro. If DMC is creative freedom, Sekiro is absolute discipline because hesitation is defeat, as Glock-wielding Ishin loves to remind us. The combat revolves around the posture system and the intoxicating clang of deflecting blades. Stomping an enemy's thrusting spear into the dirt with a Mikiri counter releases more dopamine than winning the lottery. It has virtually zero traditional RPG build variety, which scared off Souls veterans, but by focusing solely on katanas, From Software crafted a razor-sharp flawless diamond.
Location is nearby. This is the site where the invasion began.
Let's trade that katana for a super shotgun with a meat hook. Doom Eternal isn't just an FPS, it's a hyper-violent speed chess puzzle where you are the boss monster. Instead of taking cover when your health gets low, the game grabs you and screams, "Go punch a demon in the face." You flame belch for armor, chainsaw for ammo, and glory kill for health, constantly cycling through your arsenal while airborne at 60 miles per hour to industrial metal. It feels like a sensory overload requiring 200 IQ to process, but once you enter the flow state, it is pure first-person perfection. Finally, let's wrap up with the colossal open-world behemoth that consumed our lives, Elden Ring. What makes this combat so extraordinary isn't just the tight souls mechanics, it's the astronomical freedom. Want to be a sword and board knight? Be my guest. A spellcaster calling down orbital lasers? Go for it. Or maybe just ring a bell and let your Mimic tier clone beat the boss while you eat popcorn. With the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC adding martial arts weapons and light greatswords, build crafting is infinite. Some bosses love delaying attacks for 5 business days, but overcoming them is an unmatched rush.